Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. An emotional day of tough choices, shaken loyalties, and heart-pulling pleas. If you thought Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful would be a quiet stroll through Forrester territory, oh, you were so wrong. Today delivered a blend of heartbreak, tension, and those classic moments where characters try to do the right thing, even when it tears them apart. This episode centered on three big emotional beats: Ridge's difficult rejection of his father, Donna's desperate plea for Brooke's help, and Sheila's attempt to bond with Deke, whether he's ready for it or not. Each story brought raw feelings to the surface, and if you're a longtime viewer, it probably tugged at your heart more than once. Let's dive in. Sheila tries to connect, but Deke isn't interested. The moment Sheila Carter Sharp walked into the restaurant, you could feel the temperature shift. She entered with hope, with softness, with that "please let today be the day someone finally sees the new me" glow. But Deke wasn't having it. Deke Sharp is trying to get his life back on track. He's working, he's showing up, and his dad, Deacon Sharp, is genuinely proud of him. Deacon beams when he talks about his son's job, which should have set the scene for a warm family moment, but Sheila's presence changed the vibe immediately. She tried, really tried to step forward like a supportive, reformed wife. But Deke couldn't even look at her. The tension was thick enough to slice with a Forrester original letter opener. When Deacon rushed off to therapy, Sheila hoped this would be the perfect moment to bond. Instead, Deke's instinct was simple: leave. Sheila pleaded with him to stay just a little longer. She wasn't asking for forgiveness, not even friendliness, just a chance. She wanted him to meet the version of Sheila that Deacon fell in love with, the calmer one, the self-aware one. The one trying to build a life that no longer revolves around chaos. But Deke wasn't buying it. He tossed out a line that stung. People always say they've changed, but it doesn't mean they have. His wound over Remy Price is still fresh, and Sheila could feel that wall of hurt rising between them. Then came the moment that made the scene ache just a little more. Sheila softly talked about the wedding. In her dream version of the future, she's welcomed into the room as Deacon's wife. Not judged, not whispered about, just accepted. You could almost feel her heart cracking at the thought that half of Los Angeles would rather set the building on fire than invite her in. Deacon faces his truth in therapy. Meanwhile, in Taylor Hayes' office, Deacon opened up in a way we rarely see. Thanksgiving, he told her, wasn't the storm he feared. In fact, he and Sheila had a surprisingly warm dinner, a real moment, a real family. And honestly, he seemed almost proud of it. But as soon as he mentioned Sheila crediting Taylor for helping their marriage, Taylor froze. Her face said, "Oh no, please don't drag me into this," but with that classic professional calm. Deacon wanted one thing more than anything: for his kids, not just hope, but all of them, to accept Sheila. Because for Sheila, acceptance isn't a luxury, it's survival. It's validation. It's the final proof that she can build something real. Then came the topic of Hope Logan's wedding, a ticking emotional bomb chime. Deacon insisted that if Sheila isn't invited, she'll be devastated in a way no one truly understands. Taylor listened, but she didn't look convinced. And honestly, neither were we. Accepting Sheila is a tall order, and Deacon's hope might just be setting him up for heartbreak. Donna's emotional plea to Brooke. Back at the Forrester showroom, Donna wasn't her usual bubbly, glowing self. Today, she was worried. Not about herself, but about Eric. She complimented Ridge's designs, as any loyal Logan would, but her real mission was simple. Brooke needed to convince Ridge to accept Eric's offer. The problem? Brooke didn't even understand the urgency yet. Donna finally admitted the truth. Eric is okay, but he needs purpose. Designing isn't just a job for him. It's his lifeline, his identity, the fire that keeps him going. Donna wants every moment with her husband, but she refuses to cage him in love. That vulnerability poured out of her in one heartbreaking confession after another. Brooke softened, but she stood firm. The decision, she told Donna, is between Ridge and Eric. But we all know nothing is ever just between two people in this family. Ridge rejects Eric's offer, and it hurts. Now for the moment that really hit home. In Eric's office, Ridge walked in trying to understand what was happening. Why was Eric suddenly itching to design again? Why now? Why with such intensity? Eric tried to explain that it wasn't competition, it was collaboration. It was about creating together, father and son, like the old days. But Ridge didn't bite. He urged Eric to step back, to enjoy the legacy he built, to ride off into the sunset with pride. To Ridge, Eric's career ended on a high note. And why ruin that? What Ridge didn't see, what the camera lingered on after he rushed out of the room, was the heartbreak in Eric's eyes. When the room emptied, Eric sat alone in his chair looking out at the staff buzzing around like the company didn't exist because of him. He closed the door quietly like a man trying to hold in his emotions. He asked himself a question no creator ever wants to ask. Is this really the end? This wasn't just a plot point. It was a gut punch, a reminder that even the strongest leaders feel small when their purpose slips away.